Have you ever asked yourself why, despite having so many dreams, most people never truly succeed? Why is it that in a world full of opportunities, in a time where knowledge is at our fingertips, the majority still end up living lives of quiet desperation? This is the harsh truth. Most people will never succeed. Not because they aren't intelligent, not because they aren't talented, not because life was unfair to them, but because deep down they refuse to do what success really demands. Think about it. How many times have you promised yourself that tomorrow you would start? Tomorrow you would wake up earlier. Tomorrow you would work harder. Tomorrow you would take the first step toward your goals. And when tomorrow arrived, the promise was already forgotten. You told yourself you'd try again later, and later became never. The truth is uncomfortable, but it is also powerful. If you have the courage to face it, it can transform your life. That is why you must stay with me until the very end of this message. Because by the time we reach the final words, you will see what separates those who rise to greatness from the countless many who fall into regret. The reward for staying is clarity, the kind of clarity that can shake you, awaken you, and push you toward the life you know you are meant to live. Most people live with the illusion of success in their minds. They dream of wealth, freedom, and recognition. They picture themselves living a life of impact and joy. But the dream stays trapped in imagination because they never take consistent action. They confuse desire with discipline. They confuse wanting with working. And that is where the downfall begins. Psychologists call this the intention-behavior gap. It's the space between what you plan to do and what you actually do. And this gap is wide enough to swallow entire lifetimes. A man may plan to start his business, but instead he waits for the right moment. A woman may dream of writing her book, but she convinces herself she is not ready. Years pass, potential fades, and one day they wake up realizing the life they wanted slipped away. Now here's the question you must confront. Do you want to be like most people? Or do you want to break free from the cycle that traps them? Because make no mistake, success is not for the chosen few. It is for the few who choose. You see, success is not a matter of luck. It is not written in the stars. It is not reserved for the privileged. Success is psychological. It begins in the mind. It is built on patterns of thought, patterns of action, patterns of persistence. Yet most people never master their own minds. They allow fear, doubt, and laziness to control them. They hand over the steering wheel of their lives to excuses. The mind is powerful, but it is also tricky. It loves comfort. It avoids pain. And because growth feels uncomfortable, because discipline feels hard, the mind convinces you to stay where you are. It whispers, you can try tomorrow. You can wait a little longer. You're not ready yet. And so, you obey, you sit still, you wait, you waste. Here lies the painful reality. Success does not come to those who wait. Success comes to those who dare to act when others hesitate, those who dare to rise when others stay down, those who dare to keep moving forward even when it hurts. But the majority never find this courage. They live trapped in cycles of distraction, cycles of procrastination, cycles of regret. They are alive, but they are not living. They exist, but they do not progress. And when their time comes to look back on life, they wonder where it all went. I want you to imagine this for a moment. You are at the end of your life, standing at the edge of your final breath. You look back, and instead of memories of courage, you see moments of hesitation. Instead of victories, you see excuses. Instead of freedom, you see chains you never broke. That is the destiny of most people. That is the path of wasted potential. But here's the key, you don't have to follow that path. You don't have to be like the majority. You can choose differently. And the fact that you are listening right now, the fact that you are searching for answers, proves that you are capable of more. It proves that something deep inside of you is not willing to settle for an average life. The question is not whether you can succeed. The question is whether you will choose to pay the price of success, whether you will confront the truth about why most people never make it. Whether you will rise above excuses, above fear, above comfort, and decide that your life will not end in regret. And that is why you must stay until the very end. Because if you do, you will discover the blueprint, the raw, unfiltered truth about why people fail and how you can refuse to be one of them. By the end, you will hold in your mind a fire that cannot be extinguished. That fire is the reward, a fire that will push you to rise when others fall, a fire that will make you unstoppable. So stay with me, because today may be the turning point you've been waiting for. Today may be the moment you finally decide that you will not live like the majority. Today may be the beginning of your success story. The greatest enemy of success is not failure, it is comfort. Comfort is the invisible prison that keeps most people locked in mediocrity. It feels safe, it feels familiar. But safety can be the most dangerous place if it stops you from growing. Your brain is designed to protect you. Psychologists call it the survival instinct. It pushes you to avoid risk, avoid change, avoid discomfort. And in doing so, it convinces you to stay exactly where you are. This is why people cling to jobs they hate, routines that drain them, and lives that no longer inspire them. They prefer the pain they know over the uncertainty of growth. But here's the harsh truth. Nothing great is built in comfort. Success is found on the edge of fear, in the unknown, where every step feels uncertain. Growth happens only when you challenge the mind's natural desire for safety. If you only do what feels easy, your life will remain small. Think about it. When was the last time you truly stepped outside your comfort zone? When was the last time you felt that nervous energy, that trembling fear, and still move forward anyway? That moment of discomfort is where transformation begins. Most people avoid this. They numb themselves with distractions. They call it waiting for the right time. But the right time never comes. The years slip by, and the comfort that once felt safe turns into regret. You must understand, the comfort zone is not where dreams are realized. It is where they are buried. If you want to rise above the majority, you must train yourself to walk into discomfort willingly. You must learn to see fear not as a signal to stop, but as a sign you are exactly where you should be. The question is simple. Do you want comfort or do you want growth? Because you cannot have both. If comfort is the silent prison, then fear of failure is the heavy chain that keeps most people from moving forward. Fear whispers lies. It tells you that failure means you are not good enough, not capable enough, not worthy enough. And so people stop before they even start. This fear is deeply rooted in the human mind. From childhood, many are taught to avoid mistakes, to fear judgment, to believe that failure is shameful. But the truth is, failure is not the end, it is the beginning. Every person who has achieved greatness has walked through the fire of failure. They have stumbled, fallen, and risen again. The difference is that they did not allow fear to control them. Most people, however, never take that first step. They imagine the worst possible outcome, and instead of risking the pain of failure, they choose the pain of inaction. What they don't realize is that both roads hurt. The road of failure may bruise your ego, but the road of inaction will break your spirit. Psychology shows that the brain magnifies potential losses more than potential gains. This is why people hesitate to try. They overestimate what could go wrong and underestimate what they could achieve if they dared. Yet the very thing they fear is the exact thing that could free them. Failure is feedback. Failure is growth. Failure is proof that you are in the game, not watching from the sidelines. Ask yourself, what would your life look like if you no longer feared failure? What dreams would you chase? What risks would you take? The truth is, success is not the absence of failure, it is the mastery of it. The only real failure is refusing to try. If you want to break free from the chains that hold most people back, you must learn to see failure differently. Not as an enemy, but as a teacher. Not as proof of weakness, but as evidence of courage. The choice that separates the majority who remain stuck from the few who rise above. Fear of failure often leads directly into another silent killer of success: procrastination. People convince themselves they are waiting for the right time, the perfect plan, or the right amount of confidence. But this waiting is nothing more than fear disguised as logic. It is the mind's clever trick to keep you standing still. Procrastination feels harmless in the moment. You tell yourself, "I'll start tomorrow." You believe you are buying time, but in reality you are wasting it. Days turn into weeks, weeks into months, and before you realize it, years of your life have slipped through your fingers. This is how dreams die, not with a loud crash, but with silent delays. Psychologists describe this as time inconsistency. Your brain prefers immediate comfort over long-term rewards. It will always push you toward what feels good right now, instead of what will make you great later. That is why so many people choose scrolling, distractions, or sleep over action. Their mind lies to them, promising they will be more ready tomorrow. But tomorrow never arrives. Ask yourself, how many dreams have you already delayed? How many goals are sitting on the shelf of someday? Understand this truth: someday is not on the calendar. If you wait for perfect conditions, you will wait forever. The difference between those who succeed and those who fail is not talent, it is not luck, it is the willingness to act even when they don't feel ready. The successful understand that action creates clarity. The unsuccessful wait for clarity before they act. If you want to escape the trap that holds most people back, you must break the cycle of procrastination. You must stop waiting for the right time and realize the only right time is now. Each step you take today, no matter how small, brings you closer to the life you want. Each delay pushes it further away. Success belongs to those who choose movement over excuses, progress over waiting, and discipline over delay. The question is, will you? Procrastination is fueled by one dangerous habit: mistaking desire for discipline. Most people believe that wanting success is enough. They think passion alone will carry them to the finish line. But desire without discipline is only daydreaming. Everyone wants a better life. Everyone wants wealth, freedom, health, and respect. Desire is common. But discipline is rare. Discipline means waking up when you don't feel like it. Discipline means doing the work even when no one is watching. Discipline means choosing long-term growth over short-term comfort. This is why so few people rise above the rest. They confuse the fire of motivation with the structure of discipline. Motivation may give you a spark, but it is discipline that keeps the fire burning when the spark fades. Psychology proves this. Our emotions are unstable. They rise and fall. But habits built through discipline create consistency, and consistency builds success. Think about it. How many times have you felt motivated one day and completely drained the next? If you relied only on that feeling, you stopped. But discipline ignores feelings. Discipline says, I move forward anyway. That is the mindset that separates achievers from dreamers. The truth is simple. Dreams without discipline rot into regrets. A vision without action becomes a fantasy. The world is full of people who wanted success but never built the habits required to earn it. They desired the rewards but rejected the responsibility. Ask yourself now, are you driven by mere desire, or are you building the discipline to back it up? Because success does not reward wishful thinking. It rewards those who put in the hours day after day, even when it hurts. Desire gives you the target, discipline gives you the path. Without discipline, you will always remain stuck at the level of wishing. With it, you will move into the rare space where dreams become reality. Discipline fails in most people's lives because they are trapped by the illusion of instant gratification. The modern world has trained the mind to chase quick pleasures, likes on a screen, the comfort of food, the escape of entertainment. These rewards come fast, and they feel good, but they cost far more than they give. Psychology calls this the dopamine trap. Each time you choose the easy pleasure, your brain rewards you with a burst of satisfaction. But this satisfaction fades quickly, leaving you weaker, hungrier, and more distracted than before. Over time, the mind becomes addicted to the short-term high, and loses its strength to chase long-term rewards. This is why so many people quit when the road to success feels slow. They can't handle the wait. They can't delay gratification. They want results now, but greatness never arrives overnight. Success is built in silence, through days, months, and years of unseen effort. Think of a seed planted in the ground. For weeks, nothing appears on the surface, but underground, roots are forming, strength is building. Only later does the plant rise. Most people never wait long enough to see their seeds grow. They dig them up, searching for quick results, and kill their own progress. If you want to rise above the masses, you must train your mind to see beyond the moment. Replace the question, what feels good now, with what builds my future. Choose the pain of discipline today for the reward of freedom tomorrow. The truth is harsh but clear. Those who surrender to instant gratification trade away their potential for crumbs of comfort. Those who master patience and persistence, who are willing to wait and work, are the ones who eventually live the life most only dream about. Even when people escape instant gratification, many still fall into another silent trap, the poison of comparison. Instead of focusing on their own journey, they measure their worth against others. They scroll through lives that look perfect on the surface and begin to believe they are already behind. This mindset is destructive. Comparison shifts attention away from growth and locks it onto envy. Instead of asking, how can I become better than I was yesterday? People ask, why am I not as good as them today? That question kills motivation. It feeds insecurity. It convinces the mind that success is a competition instead of a personal mission. Psychology proves this effect. Social comparison lowers self-esteem, creates anxiety, and blinds people to their own progress. The more you compare, the more you overlook the victories you have already achieved. You stop valuing your effort and start craving validation. And when validation doesn't come, you feel defeated before you even begin. Here is the harsh truth. Comparison is endless. No matter how much you achieve, there will always be someone ahead of you. Someone stronger, richer, or more successful. If you live to outdo them, you will never find peace. But freedom begins the moment you shift focus back to yourself. Instead of measuring against others, measure against your past. Ask, am I better than I was yesterday? Did I grow, even in a small way? This mindset creates progress without poison. It builds confidence from within, rather than relying on the illusions of others. Understand this. Your journey is unique. Your timing, your struggles, your victories are yours alone. Comparing paths only slows you down. The real battle is not against the world, but against your weaker self. And if you defeat that version every single day, success becomes inevitable. Comparison often leads to something even more dangerous, the quiet loss of self-belief. When you constantly measure yourself against others, you begin to doubt your own strength. You start to believe that greatness belongs to them, not to you. And once doubt takes root in the mind, it slowly erodes the foundation of all progress. Self-belief is the core of success. Without it, no amount of talent or opportunity can save you. You could have the perfect plan, the right resources, and all the potential in the world. But if you do not believe you are capable, you will sabotage yourself before you begin. Psychology reveals this through what is called the self-fulfilling prophecy. If you expect failure, your actions align with that expectation. You take fewer risks, put in less effort, and quit sooner. And as a result, failure becomes reality. Not because you were incapable, but because you convinced yourself you were. Most people live their lives trapped in this cycle of self-doubt. They dream, but they never act boldly. They hope, but they never fight with conviction. They wait for proof they are worthy, not realizing that proof only comes after belief. Think about it. Every person who has achieved something extraordinary started with a mind that to believe before the evidence appeared. They trusted their ability to grow, to adapt, to fight through obstacles, and that trust gave them the strength to keep going when the world doubted them. If you want to rise above the majority, you must protect your self-belief like a treasure. Stop feeding the voice that says you can't. Stop repeating the lies you have been told. Instead, remind yourself daily that you are capable of more than you think. The truth is simple. Belief builds courage, and courage builds action. And action, repeated again and again, builds success. Without belief, you never begin. With belief, nothing can stop you. Even with self-belief, many people remain trapped by one of the most invisible barriers, fear of judgment. They hesitate, they hold back, and they silence their ambition because they care too much about what others might think. Approval becomes a prison, and the opinions of strangers control their choices more than their own dreams do. The fear of judgment is powerful because it taps into a basic human need, acceptance. Psychologists call this the social conformity instinct. Our brains are wired to avoid conflict and rejection, so we naturally seek approval. While this trait helped humans survive in the past, today it often prevents growth. It keeps people from speaking up, from taking risks, and from pursuing what truly matters. Think about it. How many times have you avoided a bold move because someone might criticize you? How many opportunities have you let slip because you feared ridicule, envy, or doubt from others? Every time you prioritize the judgment of others over your own vision, you give away pieces of your potential. The truth is, people will always have opinions. Some will cheer you on, others will doubt you, and some will even try to stop you. Success does not come from pleasing everyone. It comes from moving forward despite their voices. The world does not reward those who wait for permission. It rewards those who act with conviction. The strongest people understand this. They recognize that judgment is a signal they are doing something meaningful. They learn to filter constructive advice from noise and to ignore the rest. They move boldly because their mission is bigger than the fear of criticism. To rise above the majority, you must do the same. Free yourself from the chains of others' expectations. Speak, act, and pursue relentlessly. Remember, the louder the world doubts, the more it proves that you are on the path few dare to walk. Your life belongs to you, not to the opinions of the crowd. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the decision to move forward despite it. And when you stop caring about judgment, you step fully into the space where greatness becomes possible. Even when fear and doubt are faced, many people fail because they lack a clear purpose. They drift through life, reacting to circumstances instead of directing them. They chase random goals, influenced by trends or others' expectations, never understanding why they are truly pursuing anything at all. Purpose is the fuel that drives persistence. Without it, motivation is temporary, like a candle flickering in the wind. You may feel inspired for a moment, but when obstacles appear, and they always will, the flame dies. People without purpose give up easily, settle for less, or abandon their dreams entirely. Psychology shows that a strong sense of purpose increases resilience and determination. When you know why you are doing something, pain becomes bearable, failures become lessons, and delays become temporary setbacks instead of permanent barriers. Purpose gives direction, clarity, and energy to every action. Think about the lives of those who achieved greatness. They didn't succeed because life was easy or luck favored them. They succeeded because they had a mission that was bigger than comfort, bigger than fear, bigger than the opinions of others. Their purpose kept them moving when everything else told them to stop. Without a clear purpose, you will always feel lost, frustrated, and unsatisfied. You will work hard without progress, struggle without meaning, and wonder why success seems to elude you. That is the silent trap that keeps most people trapped in ordinary lives while few rise above. To break free, you must find your why. The question is not just what you want, but why it matters to you deeply. Why will you endure struggle? Why will you sacrifice comfort? Why will you push forward when everyone else gives up? The answer is your compass. It guides every decision, fuels every effort, and gives strength when the world tests you. A life without purpose is aimless. A life with purpose is unstoppable. The path to success begins the moment you define why your journey matters and refuse to let anything, fear, doubt, or distraction take it from you. Purpose alone is not enough. Even with clarity, Most people fail because their daily habits are weak. Habits are the invisible architecture of life. They shape who you become, what you achieve, and how far you rise. Small, seemingly insignificant choices repeated every day determine the trajectory of your future. Most people underestimate the power of routine. They think success comes from a single moment of genius or a big breakthrough. But the truth is that consistent, disciplined actions, repeated over time, create unstoppable momentum. Weak habits, scrolling endlessly on social media, procrastinating, choosing comfort over growth, slowly erode potential. They create lives that feel busy but go nowhere. Psychology shows that the human brain prefers automatic behavior. Once a habit forms, it runs on autopilot. This is both dangerous and powerful. Dangerous because weak habits keep you trapped. Powerful because strong habits can carry you past willpower, past doubt, past fear. The choice is yours. Every habit you allow defines your future. If you wake up late, complain often, or avoid responsibility, your life will reflect those choices. If you train your mind to act with discipline, to pursue growth relentlessly, to push even when tired, your life will reflect that as well. Think about it. Success is not an event. It is the result of hundreds of small actions compounded over time. The people who rise above the rest don't rely on luck. They rely on systems, routines, and habits that build strength and momentum every single day. If you want to escape the majority, examine your habits ruthlessly. Eliminate what weakens you, build what strengthens you. Remember, you do not rise to the level of your desires. You fall to the level of your habits. Strengthen your habits and you strengthen your life. Even when habits are strong and purpose is clear, most people still fail because they quit too soon. The path to success is never straight. It is filled with obstacles, setbacks, and moments that test your will. The majority give up at the first sign of difficulty, convinced that the struggle means they are not meant to succeed. Persistence is what separates those who rise from those who remain average. Every story of achievement is built on countless moments of failure, rejection, and struggle. The difference is that the successful refused to stop. They kept moving forward when others walked away. They understood that the harder the challenge, the closer they were to a breakthrough. Psychology shows that the human brain wants to avoid pain and seek reward. When the effort feels too much or progress seems invisible, quitting feels natural. But natural does not mean right. Every time you push past resistance, you train your mind to tolerate discomfort, to embrace growth, and to convert struggle into strength. Think about the countless people who gave up on their dreams. They were often just one step away from success. They abandoned their goals because they mistook struggle for failure. But struggle is not failure. It is the test, the training ground, and the proof that you are growing. To rise above, you must develop the habit of relentless persistence. You must choose to continue when most people stop. You must see obstacles not as signals to quit, but as opportunities to prove your strength. Success belongs to those who refuse to quit, who keep showing up even when the outcome is uncertain. Remember, quitting too soon is the silent thief of potential. Every effort counts, every struggle matters, and every moment you persist brings you closer to the life that others only dream about. Keep going. Push further. Do not stop until your vision becomes reality. Success is not free. Every achievement, every milestone, every dream worth having comes with a price. And most people fail because they are unwilling to pay it. Comfort, leisure, entertainment, and ease are tempting, but they are the very things that stand in the way of greatness. Sacrifice is the bridge between dreams and reality. It means choosing long-term gain over short-term pleasure. It means working when others rest, learning when others relax, and enduring discomfort when others seek comfort. The psychology of success shows that those willing to pay this price develop resilience, focus, and the mental strength necessary to overcome any obstacle. Most people avoid sacrifice. They want results without effort, rewards without responsibility, and success without struggle. But life does not work that way. Every reward has a cost, and those unwilling to pay it remain trapped in mediocrity. The question is simple. How badly do you want what you say you desire? Think about it. Every great person, every legend, every innovator, and every leader made choices that others refused to make. They gave up short-term pleasures for long-term vision. They endured pain, hardship, and doubt because they understood that sacrifice is the currency of achievement. Sacrifice does not mean suffering without purpose. It means investing in yourself, in your growth, in your dreams. It means prioritizing your future over fleeting comfort. Every hour spent learning, every challenge faced, every disciplined choice compounds into a life of power and freedom. To rise above the majority, you must embrace this truth. You must accept that the life you want will demand more from you than most are willing to give. The price is high, but the reward, freedom, impact, and true success is priceless. If you are unwilling to pay, you will remain average. If you are ready to sacrifice, you will join the few who achieve what most only dream about. Greatness is never easy. It is earned through effort, endurance, and the courage to choose the path less comfortable. After all these truths, there is one reality that most people cannot face. Most will never succeed, not because they lack talent, intelligence, or opportunity, but because they have allowed fear, comfort, and excuses to dominate their lives. They live in cycles of distraction, procrastination, and hesitation, believing that dreams are meant to stay in their minds rather than become their reality. The harsh truth is simple and undeniable. Success demands courage, sacrifice, and relentless action. It demands facing fear, enduring discomfort, and moving forward even when every reason tells you to stop. Most people avoid these demands. They choose the easy path, the safe path, the familiar path, and that path leads only to mediocrity. Psychology teaches us that humans naturally resist pain and uncertainty. We are wired to seek comfort, avoid failure, and follow the crowd. But greatness lies on the other side of resistance, in the space where discomfort and fear meet persistence and courage. To rise above the majority, you must fight against your instincts, train your mind to endure, and act when others hesitate. The majority of people settle for a life of quiet regret. They dream of what could have been, while blaming circumstances, luck, or others for their failures. The reality is that the barriers they fear exist mostly in their minds. The world does not withhold success. People withhold it from themselves by refusing to act. Here is the truth few want to hear. Your potential is wasted the moment you choose comfort over growth. Your talents are meaningless the moment you let fear decide your actions, and your dreams are nothing more than fantasies if you do not commit fully to pursuing them. This is the unflinching reality that separates the average from the extraordinary. Most will never face it, and most will never rise. But those who do, the ones willing to confront fear, reject excuses, and act with unwavering determination, these are the few who achieve what most only imagine. The question is now yours. Will you remain part of the majority, or will you embrace the harsh truth, endure the challenges, and step into the rare space where success becomes inevitable? Now comes the moment that separates talk from action, thought from transformation. You have seen the traps that hold most people back: comfort, fear, doubt, procrastination, distraction, and hesitation. You have faced the harsh truth: most will never succeed because they refuse to do what is required. The choice is yours. Every day, life offers a decision: stay within the safety of mediocrity or step forward into the unknown and claim what you deserve. True success is not for the faint-hearted. It is for those who choose to rise when the world expects them to stay down, for those who work while others rest, and for those who endure when others quit. The human mind seeks shortcuts, but greatness has no shortcuts. It demands persistence, discipline, courage, and sacrifice. It demands that you act when fear screams, that you continue when hope falters, and that you embrace struggle as the proving ground of your strength. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to rise above the ordinary, to show the world and yourself that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. Look within and ask yourself, will you let your life be dictated by excuses, distractions, and the comfort of waiting? Or will you stand, take control, and commit fully to the journey of becoming extraordinary? The path is hard, the journey is long, but the reward is life beyond imagination, freedom, impact, and the satisfaction of knowing you did not settle for less. The few who succeed are not smarter or luckier than the rest. They are simply the ones who decided that nothing, not fear, not judgment, not failure, would stop them. They made the choice to rise every single day, no matter how hard the climb. The call is clear: refuse to be part of the majority. Refuse to live a life of regret. Choose discomfort over ease, action over hesitation, persistence over quitting. Stand up, step forward, fight for your potential, because greatness does not wait for anyone. It rewards those who rise to claim it. This is your moment. Decide now. Decide that your life will not be ordinary. Decide that you will rise above and let every thought, every action, every choice reflect the courage of someone determined to succeed, no matter what it takes.